At the end of this video, you'll be playing the same song that you just heard. Hello, my name is Charlie Menghini. I'm a college band director, music teacher, and trumpet instructor. I play professionally and teach students of all ages. During the next few minutes, we're going to explore how to learn to play the trumpet. We'll learn the basics of how to assemble our instrument, how to produce our first sounds, how to read music, and we'll play our first songs. So let's begin with a short history of the instrument. The trumpet is the highest member of the brass instrument family, and originally it had no valves. Later on, we added valves, we extended the range, and it's played a major role in leading people to war as well as the dance band era. It's primarily a melody instrument and is used as a melody instrument in both concert bands and jazz bands. Let's begin by assembling the instrument. Your instrument comes in a protective case. When opening the case, it is important to set it on a flat surface, such as a table. Make sure that the handle is at the bottom half of the case, and we open the latches, lifting the lid. Setting the case down incorrectly may cause damage to the instrument. Once we open the case, we find that we have two pieces in the case, the mouthpiece and the body of the instrument. We can think of this as a microphone and an amplifier. We'll begin with the mouthpiece. The trumpet mouthpiece helps us to focus air and produce sound. Like all brass and woodwind instruments, it requires us to take a full, deep breath, and we use lots of air to make our music. We'll begin by taking a breath through our mouth and deep into our stomach. A good full inhale, followed by a good full exhale. A great way to practice this is hissing, like a snake or a teapot. Let's practice that together. Inhale and hiss. It will be using those same stomach muscles that will help us produce that great trumpet sound. In order to create a sound on the trumpet, it'll be necessary for us to form an embouchure. The embouchure is a set of facial muscles that we shape and place the mouthpiece against to help us focus the air and create the sound. We begin by making sure that our teeth are even and slightly spread. Next, we say the letter M. After saying the letter M, we firm up the muscles by puckering and smiling at the same time. This pucker smile helps us to firm the embouchure, and we're ready to place the mouthpiece against it. Let's try those steps together. Make sure your teeth are even and slightly spread. M, and firm the muscles. Always make sure that your chin is flat. Next, we will set the mouthpiece against the lips. It's important that the mouthpiece is placed to the center of the lips and at a slight downward angle. It's also important to place half of the mouthpiece on the upper lip and half of the mouthpiece on the lower lip. Let's try this together. Form the embouchure. Make sure that the jaw is nice and flat. M, and set. We're now ready to create our first sounds. Vibration produces musical sound. Just as a violin player draws their bow across the string, or a woodwind player blows air against a wooden reed, the brass player creates vibration by blowing air through the lips into the mouthpiece and the instrument. To begin this process, we moisten the lips slightly, set our embouchure, bring the mouthpiece up, inhale, creating a buzz. To get a good beginning to the buzz, it's important for us to set our tongue in the syllable ta. Let's say ta together. Ta. Ta. When we say ta, it releases the air and helps to get the lips vibrating. Let's try this together. We'll set the embouchure muscles, making sure the chin is flat. We'll take a full breath. We'll moisten the lips slightly. And we're now on our way to creating a great trumpet tone. Let's learn about the parts of the trumpet. We'll begin with the lead pipe. We have the main tuning slide, which we will extend just slightly. There are 3 valves, which helps us to play higher or lower, and the bell, where the sound exits the instrument. We take our mouthpiece and we place it in the lead pipe and give it a slight turn. This prevents it from falling on the ground. We hold the horn with our left hand. Our left hand and arm supports the weight of the instrument. It would be like we would be shaking hands with someone. We take the curved hand and place it around the valves. Be sure to place your ring finger in the ring and place your thumb around the valve casing. We add our right hand by placing our thumb between the first and second valves, curving our hand so that our fingers sit on top of the valves, and we place our little finger on the hook. When playing trumpet from the standing position, it's important that our feet are flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Correct playing position has the trumpet at a slight downward angle, with the valves tilted slightly to the player's right. By tilting the valves slightly, we're able to play very relaxed, and we avoid tension in our arms and our shoulders. When playing in the seated position, it's important that our feet, again, are flat on the floor, our back is straight, and again, good trumpet position. We are now ready to play our first note on the trumpet using no valves. You will probably play one of 3 tones: a mid-range note, a high note, or a low note. We'll begin by playing the mid-range note. Let's play one together. Set the embouchure, good horn position and posture. Breathe. If your note was higher, then try to slightly relax your embouchure and jaw. If yours was lower, then try to firm up your lips and jaw a bit, or maybe put a little bit more lip in the mouthpiece. If your note was the same as mine, then you're ready to move on. Let's play that first note one more time. Now let's see what that note looks like. Music is written on a staff. A staff has 5 lines and 4 spaces. We assign a name to each of these lines and spaces by using a clef. The trumpet uses the treble or G clef. The names of the lines are E, G, B, D, and F. The names of the spaces are F, A, C, and E. You know, music would get pretty boring if all the notes we played were long notes. So we're going to learn notes of different lengths. We're going to begin with a note that gets one count. It's called a quarter note. We keep track of how many of these notes are in a measure through the use of a time signature. The time signature that we will use is 4/4, meaning 4 counts or 4 beats in the measure, and the quarter note is going to get 1 beat. Music is comprised of sound and silence. And just as the quarter note gets 1 count, we get 1 count of silence through the use of a quarter rest. We are now going to again play the first note, G. G is found on the second line of the staff. This time we will play 4 quarter notes followed by 4 quarter rests. We will do this twice. Remember to use good instrument position, good posture, good breath support, and don't forget to say ta to start each note. Ready? Here we go. And play. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. It's time to learn another new note. Remember the valves? Well, they were used to help us raise or lower the notes. Our second note is the note F, and it is played by using first valve or the valve closest to you as a player. F is located in the first space of the staff. Let's play F as a long tone note. Ready? And play. One more time. Ready? And play. Now let's play that note F using 4 quarter notes and 4 quarter rests. We will do this twice. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. The next note we'll learn is the note E. The note E is played using the first and second valves and is found on the first line of the staff. Let's play the note E as a special long tone note. Ready and play. Again and play. Now let's play the note E using 4 quarter notes and 4 quarter rests. We will play this exercise twice. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. It's time for us to play our first song. This song consists of the 3 notes we've learned so far. E, first and second valve, F, first valve, and G, no valves. Our first song is entitled Moving On Up, and it begins with the note E. Notice in the first measure there are 4 quarter notes. In the second measure, there's 1 quarter note followed by 3 quarter rests, Our third measure again has 4 quarter notes, and our fourth measure has 1 quarter note and 3 quarter rests. Let's play moving on up. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest, rest. Rest, rest, rest. Let's learn another new note. This note is the note D, and it sits immediately below the staff. D is played by pressing the first and third valves. Let's play D as a special long tone note. Ready and play. Again and play. Now let's play the note D using 4 quarter notes and 4 quarter rests. We will do this twice. Ready? Play. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. The fifth and final note we will learn on this videotape is the note C. C sits below the staff in a line that we call a ledger line. And C, like G, is played using no valves. Let's play our note C as a special long tone note. Ready and play. Again and play. Now let's play the note C using 4 quarter notes and 4 quarter rests. Again, we will play this exercise twice. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, 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 rest. Rest, 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 rest. Let's review the 5 notes we've learned so far. Our first note was the note G. G is played with no valves and is found on the second line of the staff. The second note we learned was F. F is played by using the first valve and is found on the first space of the staff. The third note we learned was the note E, and E is on the bottom line of the staff and uses first and second valves. The next note we learned was the note D, found immediately below the staff. D is played by using the first and third valves. And the final note we learned was the note C. No valves, found below the staff in a line that we call a ledger line. Now, when we put those 5 notes together, we can play some pretty fun songs. Want to do one? Great. This song is called Rolling Along, and we'll play it with a special accompaniment track that begins with 4 clicks. Get set. Here comes Rolling Along. Before we play our last song, we have to learn about half notes. We've already learned that a quarter note gets 1 count. Half notes get 2 counts. Listen as I play 4 quarter notes followed by 2 half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Could you tell the difference? Now let's play our last song. It begins with a half note, and you may remember it from the start of this videotape. Once again, it begins with 4 clicks. We've covered a lot of information during today's lesson, and you've done a terrific job. But before we go, we need to spend just a moment and talk about trumpet maintenance. As we play the trumpet, water may build up inside the instrument. You'll notice that there is a key called a water key. We simply open the key and blow through the horn, allowing the water to be freed from the trumpet. Some instruments will have a second water key. In that case, we will want to push down all 3 valves and open that water key and again blow through the trumpet. Occasionally, your valves will need oiling. With your trumpet, you should have received a bottle of valve oil. Simply unscrew the top of the valve and remove it about 3/4 of the way out of the valve casing. Take your oil and place several drops on the valve. Then slide the valve back into the casing. You'll listen for a little click and screw the valve cap tight. You'll want to test it to make sure that you've put in the valve correctly. If air does not go through the instrument, simply unscrew the valve and twist it and try it again. As we end the lesson, it's time to put our trumpet back in the case. We do so by closing the main tuning slide. Next, we'll remove the mouthpiece and place it back in the case. It's a good idea to have a cloth on hand to just wipe the instrument down. We then place the instrument securely in the case, close the lid, and secure the latches. Thanks for your great work during today's videotape. I hope that you've got a good head start to playing the trumpet. You know, playing the trumpet's a lot of fun, but it requires some daily practice on your part. If you keep reinforcing those fundamentals you learned today, you're going to be a success, and you too are going to have a lot of fun playing the trumpet. So here's to good times and good music. We'll see you again.